And we are live from a nice, hot, sunny Dubai. Behind me is the beautiful Dubai skyline and the ocean that you can see. I'm coming live from the team hotel. In fact, I can't really pan the phone that side or the camera that side, but just to let you know, just about 10 meters away from me, our man Virat Kohli is sunbathing. He had a breakfast early in the morning, and after that, enjoying a bit of the Dubai sun. Maybe his way of getting used to the heat here, because it is very, very hot, and I have to feel for the players. Luckily, the good thing is that most players would be playing their games, because most games are at night, so that time it's slightly better, because in this heat right now it would have been next to impossible for anyone to play. So most Indian players, it's in the afternoon here, about 12:30 in the afternoon, and it's so hot that most players are in their rooms right now. But Virat, as I mentioned, is out near the ocean, sitting under a nice, sun umbrella, and not really directly in the heat, but maybe getting used to the heat here, which he will have to be accustomed to when he will be playing in the middle. Let me just tell you what have we been up to. It was a very hectic session yesterday that we covered, the Indian practice session, and I'll tell you my reading and observations of everyone who played yesterday and how they were playing, what they were doing. But first, let me tell you all the encounters that we've had with a few players here in Dubai by the virtue of staying in the team hotel. So this morning we spent some time with the interim Indian coach VVS Lakshman, and he was very relaxed. And the one thing that really stood out in our conversation with VVS was that he was all praise for the current bunch of players, saying that this bunch of players, the confidence that these guys have is next level. He was saying, he said when we played, maybe because we didn't get too much of exposure, but he said after the IPL, the kind of exposure these players have had, he was in awe of the confidence. And the other thing that VVS really pointed out, looking at this young bunch, he said, you know what, these guys are so professional. They know when to turn the switch on, when to turn the switch off. So when you will see them in a relaxed environment in the hotel having breakfast, you will think they're lazy and they're just here enjoying. But VVS said that as soon as they step onto the field, they just turn their game on and become really, really fantastic. So those are the first observation. And in VVS looked very, very relaxed. He had a nice breakfast sitting alongside the mental conditioning coach in Paddy Upton. So those are the few guys we met. Other than that, Yuzi Chahal and few notes from what Yuzi Chahal mentioned. He said that the one thing that he's noticed, that there has been no dew so far here in the UAE. So that's going to be very important. Remember, the last time the T20 World Cup happened, dew played a very, very crucial role. But this time, Yuzi's observation, and he's only observed for the last 2-3 days when they've had practice, and they've been practicing in the night. So here's a bit of good news for all of you. There hasn't been much of dew so far, but there's a word of caution from Yuzi. He says that you never know. It's a hit and a miss here when it comes to the dew. So maybe there's no dew right now, but there could be dew in the days to come. But good news, right now no dew. So I don't think too much of a difference will be there, batting first or batting slow. Again, they haven't seen the main pitch where the matches will be played, so no observation there. But looking at the practice pitches, usually felt that they were a bit tired, a bit overused, maybe because of practice. So maybe low scoring games you could get if you get the similar pitch that we saw at the practice arena in the main stadium. But it might be a very different case. I think today's game that Sri Lanka is playing, I think you'll get a better idea of how the pitch is going to be in Dubai, because it's going to be the same strip where the match will happen today. The same strip India and Pakistan will also play, so we'll get an idea of how that pitch is going to play. Interestingly, Yuzi was of the opinion that no Shaheen Shah Afridi. I think that will be a big factor for Pakistan. I think Pakistan is going to miss Shaheen Shah Afridi. So that was another bit. Yes, we also spent some time with the captain in Rohit Sharma, and I must tell you that this is the first time I met him after he's become captain. Had many encounters with him before he was captain. At that time he was very chirpy, candid, casual. And I'm happy to report that nothing much has changed in Rohit Sharma of what he was before the captain and what he is now. Again, very candid, very friendly, very chatty, very chirpy. And we were just, we spent about 10-15 minutes speaking to him, me and Vikrant, and majority of the time there was not much of cricket talk. He was just talking about how his family is going to be coming here, what a good facility they have here, the hotel that they're staying in. They stayed here at the T20 World Cup too. Before that, this is the same hotel where the Chennai Super Kings team also stayed during the IPL. So he loved the facilities here. He was saying that right now, he has plenty of time for himself because his family is not here. Family would be coming in a few days. And, we were talking about the perks of being a captain where you get a suite. And he was, again, as I said, this is something that stands out about Rohit Sharma. He was so candid where he said, I don't know why they have to give a captain such big suites here. So just tells you what a humble, simple, 3-bedroom suite as Vikrant is pointing out. So what a humble guy Rohit Sharma is. So those are our encounters with the players. Just tells you the mood that the team is in. Very relaxed here at the team hotel. Now let's get to what was happening as far as the practice is concerned. And I think that is very, very interesting. As far as there's Vikrant also.
I'll manage.
Yeah. As far as the practice is concerned, let me tell you a few very interesting observations. One, Virat Kohli. One thing that stood out about Virat Kohli, that he was batting in very aggressively, trying to play his strokes, and also the first time I saw him experiment. He doesn't experiment much, but I saw him employ the reverse sweep versus Yuzi, and I thought that is very unusual. But then Yuzi says no, he does that very often in the practice session.
I haven't seen that in games. Yeah. Might see that this time. I mean, and we all know Nikhil, his strength has been his risk-free batting. Yes. Be it the ODIs, the T20s or the test matches. But maybe this game has changed a bit, T20s. Since he doesn't sweep, he doesn't use the slog sweep much, he doesn't use the reverse sweep much. Maybe he knows now that he can break free.
Yeah.
And, there's no harm in trying out a few shots.
Yep. So that was Virat Kohli. Rohit Sharma also was batting the usual. I'm going to point out two players that I think, in fact, I'm going to take three players, and I think those three players were creaming the ball in the nets, if I can use that word. Creaming as in look outstanding. The first one who looked very effortless, and I pointed it out to VVS Lakshman too, was KL Rahul. Man, does that guy have talent. Like sometime, and I'm talking all players here. Yeah. So there are times when you see even Rohit, they time the ball very well, or Virat. But you know that, okay, that's an aggressive.
There's an effort.
There's an aggressive shot, so there's an effort. With KL, I saw some of those shots went out of the game, and all he did was flicker the wrist. Like one came straight, flicker the wrist, and went so far.
Second ground.
Yeah, I was wondering, this guy, man, he's blessed. He is blessed. He is absolutely blessed. And now I realize, sometime on TV you see and you hear a lot of people talking about why KL is so aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Now when you see him doing it in the nets. So KL, I know that his form has been a bit patchy. He's coming out of an injury, but in the net session, if the net session is anything to go by, he was creaming the ball. The other one, Dinesh Karthik, all his shots, either he was missing it or the ones that he was connecting were going to the second ground.
As Nikhil said, for those shots, a batsman doesn't necessarily deserve only 6 runs. I mean, Nikhil said that if there were the 8s and the 10s, maybe Karthik would have got those runs.
Yes, all his hits were 10s and 8s or 9s, whatever. Way out. The longest hits that anyone was hitting was Dinesh Karthik in the net.
Either side. Both Pakistan and India.
Yeah. And the coolest cat in the net was Hardik Pandya.
Very focused.
Yeah, very focused. You know what he was doing? Apart from those big hits, he was trying all the other deft touches.
Yeah.
So, those short balls where he does this deft. I remember this one thing between him and Avesh. And Avesh bowled him a quick short one. And Hardik being Hardik, very calmly connected it like that, went for a 4. And Avesh said, out. Caught in third man. He said, are you mad? Gone so fine. It's 4. A third man is there. I've hit it here. It is 4. So then Avesh had to go
back. He was doing those fielding drills all alone. Very focused. I mean, not for a moment did you see Hardik Pandya relaxing. I mean, he was either doing fielding or he was batting. I think the captain is there. Isn't that Rohit Sharma?
No, that's not Rohit. No.
Well, that's the Rohit Sharma walk. Is it?
No, but it's not him.
No, it's not.
It's not him. But yeah, their stars are always here.
India have got a practice session today, which is an optional practice session.
Yeah.
Which means that I think most of the players who are supposed to go out and play in the 11 tomorrow may not go for the practice. It's very hot. What happened?
No. I couldn't show them the beautiful scenery behind. No. Now it's fine. So I thought I'll just show them that as well.
So most of the Indian players who you would expect to play in the 11 tomorrow may not go for practice.
Yeah.
A few of them might. A batsman would definitely want to go and play a few balls, have a light session. The bowlers may not exactly go there.
Yeah.
Pakistan also have an optional practice session. India time 5 o'clock. Mark the calendar, 5 o'clock exact India time. You will have Rohit Sharma addressing the press conference live on Sports Today.
Yes.
So for that, you'll have to subscribe to Sports Today, press the notification bell icon, and you will stay. The alerts will be on your phone or your tablets. And 5:15 would be Babar Azam.
Yes.
Babar again was very focused yesterday. Saw him very focused, very simple. He was doing those fielding drills with Shadab and the others, and he was batting well. He batted very well.
So Vikrant just told you we'll have all those updates for you through the day. Somebody asked how was Ravindra Jadeja. He bowled a lot. He was okay in the bowling. I didn't see him trouble the batsman too much, but his batting was also nice. I saw him.
Yes.
Yeah, he was hitting it
lusty blows.
Yes. Apart from that,
what according to you is your playing 11? For
I am going to take another name here, which really impressed me in the nets, and that might come as a surprise to many because he's actually not part of the squad. That was Deepak Chahar. I saw Deepak Chahar trouble Rohit Sharma, troubled Virat Kohli, later troubled Rishabh Pant also. So Deepak Chahar, just if on the basis of the nets that I saw him, I think he could be one guy you can look at. I don't know whether
but he's not part of the team.
Yeah,
yet.
but you could always announce. I don't know. They haven't yet. They haven't yet. Which is why I'm saying that it's a bit surprising.
Most likely, I think in this weather, you won't have more than two fast bowlers. You'll have Bhuvneshwar and Arshdeep most likely for variety's sake, and Hardik would be your third seamer. Now the point is Jadeja, Chahal plus one. And who would be that one? Would it be Ashwin? Would it be Bishnoi? Bishnoi is somebody who bowls those.
Who do you think?
I won't be surprised if it's Ashwin because you brought him back into the T20s. You would want to test him.
Yeah.
And Bishnoi again has the ability to bowl well on these wickets where he can get the ball to skate, to come in. He bowls those googlies. But again, I think Ashwin could be the preferred choice, which would mean then that you play three spinners, including Jadeja. You play two fast bowlers and Hardik Pandya. So you're left with five more players. I don't know if you agree with me or not. I'll have Rohit, Rahul, Virat, Rishabh and Surya. And then, of course, Hardik bats at number 6.
Yeah. I
Dinesh
think so.
Karthik.
I think it'll be tough to accommodate both Karthik and Pant. That may not happen. And because Pant being a left-hander bats higher up, I think they'll go with him.
And they've got a leg spinner and a left-arm spinner, Pakistan. So you would need a left-hander at the top of the order. Unless, of course, India play Dinesh Karthik, they make Rishabh Pant sit out, and then the captain decides to send Jadeja at number 4, which could actually, be topsy-turvy. So I would rather say that Rishabh Pant would be in your playing 11.
Nothing much to add. I think that's going to be the team. In bowling also, 3 spinners, so it could be either Ashwin / Bishnoi. So I think the Indian 11 is mostly sorted. That's Virat Kohli there, if you can see. Can you see the guy in the white t-shirt just walking with a cap there? There with his phone in his hand. I don't know, he's too far, but I can't zoom in much. But this is just exclusive for all the folks of Sports Today. If you can see the gentleman in white t-shirt, and there I think he's gone in. So whatever little, we missed him. So I told you he was right here. So that was Virat just now. As I said, looking pretty relaxed. He was also the talk of the town yesterday in the press conferences. where Shadab came and said that he would want to see him get 100. KL Rahul threw his weight behind his former skipper, saying that he'll come good. So plenty of talk with regards to Virat as well. So those are the latest updates. Of course, we'll have it live coming to you from here. As I said, press conferences, Vikrant pointed out, we'll have them live, and also updates. We'll have impressions from Harbhajan Singh today, looking ahead to the game. So for more of that content, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. If you're joining us right now, we're ending this video. Sorry, couldn't take too many of your questions, but if you're joining us just now, go back and check out with a lot of details that we've come up with what the team is doing, what our conversation with players have been, how the team is feeling. If you want to find that out, go check this entire video out. We'll see you again a little later in the day. This is once again from Dubai, me and Vikrant from the beautiful marina behind us. There we are. Bye bye, see you later.